best as well, because you definitely brought a legendary character to life. That I can remember we were in high school and we were just anticipating that because Mortal Kombat came out, I think maybe a year or so after Jean-Claude Van Damme brought out Street Fighter. And Mortal Kombat obviously
Mhm.
beat it at the box office and everything. Because one thing I can remember, everybody who was watching it, they were like, "Oh, it's a gazillion times better. They have all the power moves. Scorpion has the get over here, the spear. You know, Sub-Zero has the he can freeze things. Johnny Cage has the shadow kick." Well, this is reeling off in my head just by sitting here and talking to you because you're bringing this out me now, Sensei. And yeah, my other question was going to be, how did you get casted? But you beat me to it, so good on you for that one. And what was it like working on the set of? Because you've worked with, like I said, I went through your background and everything. You've worked with so many big stars. You worked with Chuck Norris on Walker, Texas Ranger. You worked with Wesley Snipes on Blade. You worked with Bolo Yon on the movie Shootfighter. I didn't realize it was you in the crowd, and I saw it. Oh, that's Sensei Casamassa. I was wondering. That was one. It just dawned back to me because you worked with also Martin Cove and William Zabka, who everybody remembered
Mhm.
as Johnny Lawrence from Karate Kid, and obviously John Kreese from the Karate Kid. And then they came back with the Cobra Kai series as well. And and Christopher Lambert, you worked with him. He was absolute gem because back then he was most famously known as the Highlander. So, what was it like working with all these people, and who did you gain the most experience from?
Well, that's a big question there. You know, it's first of all, it's been an amazing journey, and the opportunity to work with all those people has been great. Back to Shoot Fighter, real quick, funny story. In one scene, you do see me
Please.
sitting in the crowd as one of the betters. I'm one of the gamblers that's in the crowd, and then in the next scene, I'm fighting in the cage
Yeah,
as this character called Creon. So it was
yeah,
a low budget film, and they couldn't afford to hire a bunch of people. So we were playing extras, we were playing background, we were fighting in the ring. So that was a fun
yeah.
movie. I get to do that as my good friend Mike Bernardo's co-starred opposite
Oh
of
yeah,
Billy
weapons
Zabka in that
champion,
movie.
the weapons
Yeah,
champion, and
yeah,
also you were fighting John Barrett, who was playing the character called Mongoose. And John Barrett's an
that's right.
absolute, yeah, he's an absolute legend in the world of martial arts. I remembered him from the movie American Kickboxer 1, and then he did the sequel called To the Death. And he's a phenomenal martial artist as well. And if he's listening, a big shout out. Do you still keep in touch with all these people as well?
Some of them, yes. Most of them, no. You know, kind of the movie business. Everybody kind of goes their own
Yeah,
way and then comes back for different projects and things like that. Um, you know, and I also got to work with Jean-Claude Van Damme in a
awesome.
movie called Black Eagle.
Oh yeah, I remember the
One of
movie
his
Black Eagle.
first, I think it was maybe his second or third movie that he ever did with Shokazugi.
Yes, I
Um,
remember them. They're both legends. Jean-Claude was one of the reasons I loved martial arts and wanted to do it. I still can't do the splits between two chairs, and I don't think I'd be able to do it yet, but got to give it time. Any tips you can give me on how to do that, Sensei?
no, I cannot do that either.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fine.
working with all those people it's been a real amazing journey and really fun. And I'm a big Chris Lambert fan, by the way. Highlander, one of my favorite movies.
Same. Well, there
So
can only
to
be one.
meet him and yeah, to get to meet him and work with him was pretty cool.
When you got casted in Mortal Kombat, who else on the out of all the actors had martial arts backgrounds? I know some of them did. I know Robin Shou had a wushu background. Didn't Trevor Goddard, who played Kano, didn't he have a boxing background?
Hmm.
And then there was also
Yep.
Francois Petit, or Petit, I hope I pronounced his name correctly. And as well, because you two, because I know Francois was the highest ranking martial artist on the set, wasn't he?
I don't know. I really wasn't paying attention to that, but yeah, Keith Cook, who played Reptile, an amazing,
Oh,
super
yeah.
talented national champion martial artist.
Yeah.
Francois, martial artist, played Sub Zero. Me, who played Scorpion, and really that genius was all credited to Larry Kasanoff, the producer. He wanted real martial artists to play those roles. Liu Kang, especially too. The only one who wasn't a real martial artist at the time was Lyndon Ashby, who played Johnny Cage,
Yeah.
and Bridget Wilson, who played Sonya. Um, but listen, Lyndon, to his credit, did some great stuff. Like he really dove into the training and really wanted to make it as authentic as possible. And listen, he fell in love with the martial arts after the movie wrapped. He trained with me for another 2 years
Congrats.
afterwards. Yeah, and so he really got into it, and he actually did a really really good job. He was a great student.
Yeah. So I guess Scorpion and Johnny Cage became best friends afterwards as well, even when he wrote
Yes,
the
we did.
friendship. When he wrote the friendship ending and they threw up the autograph at the end. I remember that scene. I can remember that fight scene. It was one of the best fight scenes ever filmed. And all credit goes to yourself and Lyndon. If he's listening, a big shout out to him. And I could tell there was some times where you actually made direct contact. There was one scene I remember where you stomped his head on the ground. Did you actually hit him there, or?
Yep, this was well before all the special effects they have
Yeah,
nowadays. But yeah, so we had to do all that, and listen, we made some tough shots in there. Lyndon, part of what Lyndon wanted to do with that fight was he wanted to really make it like a Western fight
I saw
brawl,
that.
like a
Yeah.
cowboy and fight. So we had some pieces in there where we're kind of like taking turns punching each other in the face, just to show the toughness of both characters. And he tells the story of when he gets interviewed sometimes that he asked me, he goes like, "I need you to hit me, I need you to hit me," and I looked at him like, "Lyndon, you don't want me to hit you. Like this isn't a movie. Tell me to hit you." He's like, "No, no, we got to make it real." And so I gave him a couple good shots, and I bruised him up a little bit, and
I
he's like,
saw
"No,
that.
I
Yeah.
love it. I want to do it." Yeah, yeah.
Because I did read once that Jean-Claude Van Damme was considered to play Johnny Cage, because they did say that he was kind of like the inspiration for that. And one of the things that made him the inspiration was when he did the movie Bloodsport, where he drops in the splits and does the upper to the big guy, and then you see
Hmm.
that became one of Johnny Cage's signature moves as well, isn't it? And
Yes.
because but he turned it down to go off and do Street Fighter. There's also, I read that Gary Daniels himself was also considered to play Johnny Cage as well, the British kickboxing champion as well.
Yeah, I'm
And
familiar with Gary. I didn't hear anything about that. I heard the Jean Claude Van Damme thing, but yeah.
yeah, I just read it online and everything. So I was doing my research and everything. So I hope you don't mind that. So, and what was the experience like working on the movie Blade? Because you played one of the vampires, and I'm sure working with a living legend like Wesley Snipes. And what was he like? Was he as I know he's a very nice guy, and I bet he was extremely fast, because I remember sometimes when he did certain movies in the past where he was too fast for the camera, they said, "No, you got to slow it down. We got to capture you on the camera." There's like, I bet it was like one of those moments where you have to like think, "All right, got to slow it down. Got to look good on camera. Got to do this properly and everything," wasn't it?
Yeah, listen, it was great. Wesley's super talented. He's an actual black belt, right?
Yeah,
So getting to do fight scenes with people who know martial arts makes our all of our jobs a lot easier because we know what we can kind of expect out of each other, and it makes things go a lot easier when
yeah.
you're doing that. But yeah, super talented. It was great to be able to work with him, and yeah, fun.
Because he proper made that role famous, Blade. Because I can remember when I watched him come back and play Blade in Deadpool and Wolverine. I can remember when we were in the cinema, when he walked through the scene, and then the whole cinema was screaming, like, "I can't believe it was Wesley Snipes is back," and everything. Same thing when you saw Hugh Jackman come back, when you saw everybody, like all these legendary characters. I mean, I'm hoping. I was kind of hoping, like when I saw the new Mortal Kombat movie that they did, I was kind of hoping yourself and all the other some of the original cast would have come back and made some cameo appearances in there as well. Also,